Giant Killer.
What's good? Let me know if y'all can hear me or not. Let me know if y'all can hear me or not. Try and do something different for y'all this evening. This is the pilot episode of the Psychic Hotline. The reason why I'm doing this is because I listen to spiritual people, getting a following, get hundreds of subscribers, and I be thinking like, what's the point? You know? Is it all about views or is it all about something else? And for me, I got this way. I'm just trying to look at this real quick. I got this way from doing readings. I'm gonna give y'all a quick story as I do some shuffling. Before I do personal readings, I want to do a collective reading. But I got this way, man. I knew that I was special in this area a long time ago by just talking to people. I didn't know that I had a gift. I didn't know that I could help people or reach people or nothing like that until I started talking to people. And it was a natural gift because I didn't know what I was saying because I didn't know a person. You know, I didn't know what they was doing last night. I didn't know what they did last summer. But you know what I'm saying? I ended up predicting some shit and knowing stuff about people. But I put a battery in my back, and I just wanted to read. So we got our first psychic hotline. Contestant MP is in the building. We ain't using no real names to protect the innocent. I'm not doing no general readings, so if you don't have a question, this might be a little tricky because I went live and I forgot that this is a damn iMac. So I'm gonna wait for MP to get her thing together and I'm gonna do my due diligence. So stream input. We're gonna be here for a second. Stream input OBS Apple. You know, Windows is so different. Apple just be having let's see. Because I want people to be able to hear it. MP, I need you to get your audio together. So Black Hole OBS Mac. Right. Let's get this here. Download here. Once you get an email, download. All right. So I'm going to go through each step so we could be able to hear everybody. Thank y'all for joining me. If you want to take part, all you have to do is be a Mystery School member or a Patreon member. The link is in both of those specific websites and we can talk. So open create multi-output device. Let me delete this one that I already got. Create multi-output device. All right. Next, configure the settings as shown. So, MacBook speakers as the master device. Got it. Up the list. Right. Let's see what we can do here. Because as much as I want people to hear people, like, this is more or less like a test, I guess. But if I was going to test it, I got to test it with real people. Feel me? Oh, black hole. All right, let's see if we got some magic. Peace, peace, peace. And we get peace. I don't know who's this MP. What's going on? I'm doing good. Doing good. How you doing? Mm-hmm. Really? That's good. That's always good to hear. That is always good to hear. All right. So what's been going on? What's been going on since the last couple of months? And I'm trying to do multiple things, but I'm listening. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, so in that patience, what does that patience look like to you if you had like a viewpoint of what it would look like? What does your patience look like? Because sometimes patience for some people is not doing anything, right? And just kind of passively waiting. Hmm. All right. So you in the study phase, and now you're trying to go into like the neophyte, going into the adapt adapt phase, or the beginner going to the intermediate phase. All right. So I got the Fortune and I got the Princess of Wands for you. So the Princess of Wands is a woman in her youth. Now, I can say that, but it means more than just a woman in her youth. A youth is somebody who has all of the power in the present moment, but she doesn't recognize it because she's young, right? If you know, like a young girl, she might have all of the power, but if she doesn't know that, and if nobody is telling her that, then she might be ignorant to her power. So, in this journey, in your research phase, it would seem as though you have all of the research and all of the information that you need, right? But how do you apply it in real life? And if you were to apply it, it's like you are a master, right? We got Fortune and the Princess of Wands. If you were like you're new to it, right? Whatever your craft is, whatever you've been developing and working towards, you know a lot about it. And it might be that you're very good at it, but all of this is just, esoteric mumbo jumbo until you do something about it, right? Until you put yourself out there. Now, the question would be what's holding you back from putting yourself out there, right? What is the hang up? What is the hold up to, like, what is the fear of rejection? Or are you done with this cycle, or you feel like there's more to discover in the beginner phase? One would say, with these two cards put together, that you are finished with this phase and now you must go, right? But it's not bad and good, it's different and different. It's a whole different experience that you should be looking forward and also okay with beginning, but like instead of choosing a dead end job this time around or an entry level position this time around, you're going to go with your passion. You're going to go with your craft. You're going to go with the thing that you love to do. And the idea is, MP, if you love to do it, you'll be great at it, right? If it's something that say, hey, we got this job for you, they gonna give you 100K, and you hate it, has nothing to do with this particular reading. It is actually like a warning not to do the thing outside of your passions, even if you feel like a novice, even if you feel like a beginner, because you might have Fortune and Princess of Wands. Another way of saying that is beginner's luck. But you wouldn't necessarily know if you had beginner's luck if you never went and tried to do something. Makes sense. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Of course. Yes. Yes. That's necessary because that's where all your power is at, MP. Like that's where the expert master guru is at. But you have to begin uncovering that raw natural essence part of you and not being afraid to show it. In this card is a naked woman like flying off into space, like so that's kind of like a signifier for like taking off all of the extraneous energy and just kind of being your pure cosmic self, which is your advanced self, but is also your beginner self, but is also your lucky self. So it's kind of like, you know, not being afraid to take a risk in this next phase. Yeah, yeah, and that's why I call you MP, and I don't call you who is MP. Don't nobody know who MP is. You feel me? Like MP is a mysterious, character of some sort. So learning how to be like a different entity, a different energy, not like worrying about. So your ego should be protected and locked back in at home anyways before you go out and about and go on your path. First off, that's key. Yeah, don't hold back. Don't hold back is what I would say. Hmm. Yeah. You gotta pop out, because really, doing readings and stuff like that is not something that, I wouldn't say that I don't want to do it, but it's something that I think about in the ways of what if it goes wrong? What if this? What if that? What if this? And honestly, all it ever did was make me not do readings, right? But it's something in my spirit that say, in spite of all of the negative that could happen, maybe somebody needs to hear, maybe somebody needs what I have to say. And that's why like it's good to do like the videos for me, but really to have these one-on-one conversations back to back is really what I'm trying to get into a little bit more. Not for me, but maybe spirit has a calling on a few of us to not just be a great person, but really help people out here. So if you were to go back into your ancient memory banks, you would find an ancient healer. Now, that ancient healer is not to lavish yourself in an abundance of healing all the time. Sometimes it's to give it to other people. So think about that. All right. No problem, MP. Yep. Good night. All right, guys. I am going to try to figure something out. Because apples are weird. So everybody that's here in the meeting, give me a quick second as I try to get an input going on for y'all. Audio output. All right, so let's do this, 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 audio output capture. Try one thing, and then I'm gonna just get on here. Oh yeah, I did it, y'all. I did it. Figured it out. Kinda smart. You just give me a second. I'm not fast. I'll tell you that. I'm not fast, but I'm kinda smart. If you just give me a second or two to figure shit out. That's what I like about me. That's what I hate about me, but that's what I like about me. If you give me enough time, I'll figure some stuff out. But if for some reason, let's see. So, Shayla, if you ain't there, Shayla, then Wilbur. All right, I can't hear you. Can you hear me? Hello. Oh, it's my pleasure. Mhm. It's my pleasure. Mhm. What's going on? Can you hear me? Mm-hmm. Gotcha. And so what I'm going to do is pull some cards and see what we can do. Can you not hear me? Give me 1 second. This is the speaker. All right. Shayla, you there? Okay, I apologize. So I'm gonna pull some. I was talking to you, and you couldn't hear me. So I'm going to. No, it's good. No, I heard you, and it's like maybe it got to a point where you couldn't hear me. So all right. So yeah, yeah. That's always weird. I got it. And so no, it's all good. So I'm about to shuffle, right? And as I shuffle, just tell me when to stop. Right? And you were saying you don't know whether you should leave or not, right? And so I'm just looking at the cards, and when I look at the cards, I deal with mainly the chakras and the person that I'm talking to, and then tell you what I figure out, and then you tell me if that resonates with you or not. So first card that we put is the universe. So the universe is discussing the root chakra, and the root chakra is about being grounded and fortified. So You might want to move or might need to move, but in this card, it's saying when you do move, be sure to ground. And if you don't move, be sure to ground because it's not the external reality that is the universe, believe it or not. For a human being to conceptualize the universe, they have to look within themselves. And so, even deeper, I pulled an oracle card, and that oracle card is purity of purpose. And the chakra for that card is, you guessed it, root chakra. So, when it comes to should I move or should I not move, when your purpose would answer that question almost undoubtedly. But when you have these particular questions, the the answer is found in you might have a lack of purpose or a lack of grounding or a lack of belonging, right? So when you move somewhere in the reading, it's saying you will have the same problems that you are having where you are at, wherever you decide to go. Does that make sense? Okay. Okay. So, what is it that you absolutely want to do, not in the next couple of months, not in the next couple of years, but what do you see your life becoming now? That's not something that you worry about when you, I don't know how old you are, but it's not something that you worry about later on in life. Something that you worry about at whatever stage you are now. You can become that person in the future, but ultimately, what is that person? What does your life look like? If you can have that particular idea, then your decision making process is like 98% simplified. Like it might be like, what should I eat? And you're like, ah, damn, that's too difficult to think about. But other than that, every decision that you make should be closely related to your purpose. Now, without purpose, you'll be going back and forth, up and down, left and right, diagonal, squiggly lines. It's just like, well, nothing is working, right? But you have a choice in the matter. Um, I would say mirror magic. I would say grounding work. Work that requires Shayla to look at Shayla and recognize Shayla and see what Shayla wants and not look at society, media, entertainment. And then Shayla now is judging herself against what other people are doing, what other people are not doing. And in all of that, you're not recognizing your universe, you're not recognizing your purpose ultimately in life. What did you come down here to do? You might not know that automatically. Most of us don't. This is why we ground. This is why we root ourselves to get that quote unquote download, that people so famously like to talk about. But um, yeah, you have an opportunity to recognize yourself. I feel as though I don't know, but I'm reading for a young woman who could make could have make decisions that could impact her future, but she might be short-sighted in making decisions which create negative circumstances long term for her. I, I love these types of situations, because this is where you really do the most work at, where you tell people, especially young people, how powerful they are, how fortunate they are, and how important it is for them not to compare their life and their decision making to anybody else, right? At the end of the day, when you make a decision on what you want, you'll be the one to decide whether it was worth it or not. That makes sense. Okay. Right. 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 Mhm. Oh yeah. If you do the grounding work and the root chakra work, your sense of clarity is going to go tenfold. And then your decision making is going to be more in a space where you satisfy in making the right choice versus not knowing what decision to make as a result of not grounding. Mhm. Yeah. Nah, you already know, and you are Shayla, right? And this is the most important aspect of this reading. Don't forget that. Yeah. It's my pleasure. You as well. All right, y'all. This has been a pilot episode of the Psychic Hotline. I'm gonna answer these calls, but Will, if you there, and then Jasmine, but it's hard because I know y'all want to hear what everybody got to say. What up? What up? What up? Your package got sent out today, by the way. Yes, sir. Oh, my pleasure. Mhm, mhm. Yeah, I understand that completely because I'll be busy ripping and running, and like anybody else, I don't have time to get all of the things that I want done. So I understand completely. Is it something that you want to do, or is it something that you feel like is obstructing you or blocking you? Mhm, mhm,
It's like times I can't even focus to read. Like so,
yeah, I
man,
mean, I'm there
yeah.
too. So, is it like stress from other areas, like working and things like
I
that?
don't. It could be. It could be. It could be. I mean, I took a whole week just to relax this week, so pretty much just trying to just detox and just clear everything out.
All right. Well, all I can do is go to the cards, and if you had a specific question, how would you word it? And once you come with that question, I'm gonna start shuffling, and you tell me when to stop. How about that?
But
So, what would be your question today in referencing to kind of focusing and getting your energy back in alignment?
I'm wondering, I had basically two different things I want to try. I basically jewelry. It's like either sit down and I make beats as well. So I basically want to get back into the beats and music. Period. Getting used to recording and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just one of the times I have a little piece of money that
Mm-hmm.
I could either buy it to one or the other at this point. I just want to know what would be the best route.
Got you. All right, I'm gonna shuffle. You can meditate, clear your mind, and just tell me when to stop.
So,
All right. Let's see what we got here. First, we got the Ten of Dis. Then we got the Eight of Swords. I'm gonna read this like you ain't said nothing. It's an endeavor that you started a long time ago, right? You probably been making music for a long time, but it's a level of interference that's holding you back. Um, it could be centered. When I get the Eight of Swords, it's usually father or family, but it's like not like they bothering you. It's usually their values or the things that they taught you that you hold in a high esteem. But this high esteem for family values or a specific value is interfering with your wealth. So in this instance, to be a little bit more direct, will have you working more than you are being creative, and that's centered into either your family that you have now that you're trying to hold, or the family that you came from and the way that they went about things that's not in reference to you finding your wealth. So yes, you should make music, but what stops you from making music? Feel me?
right. Taking the time, just taking the time to do it.
Like what's stopping you from being consistent? Like, is there a pregame, like something that you do that's going to clear your mind? Because in reference to doing it, this ten of this is coming up. Like, you've been doing it for a while, but it's like a point of doing it and getting into that point of doing it, building your relationships. You make like New York style beats.
Yeah, pretty
Right,
much.
pretty much, right? So it's a
Yeah,
real market and a lane for that. Like, as raw as you can make them, as gritty as you can make them. Pretty much, you probably have the skill set to really make a lot of money right now. But it's all about absolutely applying yourself, building up the relationships, building up the library, building up the beats to say, this is who I am, this is what I do, this is who I'm looking for, and stay in that zone. It's like, once again, I don't know if you heard the first conversation that I had, you an advanced beginner. Does that make sense?
yeah,
But you
it makes
gotta,
sense.
you gotta actually begin. You gotta actually get out here. All right. So I pulled a oracle card. And the oracle card I got is the Fire of Desire. It's the first card of the deck, but it's ruled by the pituitary gland. You an advanced beginner. See how that works?
Yeah,
The crown chakra rules this card. It's the first card of the deck. It's called the Fire of Desire. It's the Sun and Aries. Your biggest problem is starting. You know what I'm saying? And it's
yeah,
hard to say how it's going to come if you don't put yourself out there and do the work. And even deeper, I see a YouTube page of beats that you making. So really, if you want to tag your beats, make beats, and upload your beats, just for the sake of practice, you an advanced beginner, but you probably gonna have a long journey in this phase. But that's okay because you're good at it. Do this make sense?
it does. It makes a lot of sense.
Okay. So it's like don't hold yourself back in this next cycle. Do what you do best, but also be okay with being uncomfortable with uploading videos and getting a name for yourself and it not being immediately whatever. But I also say get on YouTube and learn how to market yourself better, make beats better, master better, mix better. Even though you good at it, don't shirk off learning, don't shirk off advancing, and really make it a priority to make beats and get better at making beats. This might sound crazy in reference to a person that make money, take care of his family, and do all the regular adult stuff. But this is more of like finishing a path that you started a long time ago, and it's very important. It's not something. The reason why we talking about this now is because it's very important, and it only take one beat to change your life forever. Understand
That's
that?
the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, man.
No problem, bro. Like I said,
Thank you.
the order coming through, and if ever you want to chop it up, just let me know. I'm always available, big bro.
Indeed.
How
Thank you.
you been though? Like everything outside of what we've talked about, everything good for you?
Yeah, everything all right, just
Yeah.
putting it together
Word,
best I can.
word, word. But
Indeed.
I just wanted to
Word.
check in on you, man. Make sure everything is good with you.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate you, man.
My same here, man. You've been rocking with me for a long, long time. So it's always love, just for people to keep it real for all these years, bro.
Indeed. Indeed.
Peace, man.
Hey,
Anytime.
man, peace.
Yeah, peace. So, family, if y'all want to get in on these readings, just go to the mystery school. If you're a Patreon subscriber, you have access to the link. Um, and if I don't have, and Jasmine, I see you in the group, but you gotta get your mic together. In the meantime, in between time, I got the sound set up a little bit, so I'm going back. See what's happening. See a lot of. Yes, 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 yes. See. Yes, yes. A lot of shit going on. Let's do collective reading. Princess of Cups. You know me, man. I love tarot cards. I've been looking at these damn cards, these same ass cards for years. I could tell you so many details about these cards. I done bought so many books on these cards, and only up until recently, they just started all just making sense for me to the point where I'm just like, okay, I get it now. And I'm happy that I took that approach because a lot of y'all just get on here and just start talking shit as soon as you spend $22.99 on the damn deck. Start getting on Al Gore's internet talking big boy shit. You feel me? Um, but yeah, Jazz, I see you in the chat, but your audio ain't together. So maybe if you come in and come back, your audio a bit get together. The Princess of Cup is a powerful card for the collective. As I was stating earlier, princess represent youth, a woman in her youth. Let me tell y'all something right now. If y'all don't ever get this out of y'all mind, in between the ages of 16 and 24, and women are the most powerful entities on the earth. And the funny part about it, they do the dumbest shit during this time, right? So we don't know what we would be as a society if we ruin our young women. Now, in the esoteric sense, princesses are our spiritual gifts and our spiritual abilities and our spiritual power. Once again, if we don't know who we are and who we will become, we will use this power for dumb shit. PPP loans, Benzes that we can't afford the payments on, all because we chasing an emotional high. The Princess of Cups is an evolution of emotional maturity. Cups being emotions, princess being the present reality for whoever is the querent or the person who's getting the reading done for them. You have a turtle, a fish, and an ego in a woman. The turtle is the slow evolutionary process. The Pisces is the deep shadow that we gotta overcome. And the ego is the scorpionic deep waters that we must travel to even understand our emotions. It's like we exist in a world and we fine as long as we not triggered. That's hell. That's prison. That's why most people is fucked up even when things is going good for them. Cause let they in the back of their mind, they always thinking, what if? When you look at this card, the Princess of Cups, you transcend that what if. You are the bird, the fish, and the turtle. Or even deeper, look at the turtle, which would be Cancer, water sign, fish, Pisces, eagle, Scorpio. All of these water signs are outside of the woman if you look closely at it. Where are our emotions usually at? Inside of us. Our emotions do the damage inside of us. But these is real life entities and energies that we just hold on to. If you look closely at this young lady, she's releasing her emotions and learning how to be free, learning how to be magical. Even closer, let me see if we can do some zoom action. Like I said, this is the pilot episode, bro. You ain't never seen conscious nigga with two screens trying to do some readings. You feel me? Most conscious people talk to you like they got it all figured out. Lying to y'all, telling y'all they been places they never been. You feel me? I got different views. It's different when you invest in your craft. It's different when you invest in your channel. Your page look way different when you invest in your channel. When you just using the goddamn donations for loud, niggas don't have no camera views, do they? Nope. So look at her gown. What you will see is the sacred geometrical figures. Why is that more important for this young lady? She's utilizing her emotions to build now. Before this transformation, she's had all of this animalistic energy inside of her. Now she's releasing it. Releasing your negative emotions, your animalistic emotions to be the pure goddess, which will give you the ability to create. Most young women, most young men live inside or have their emotions live inside of them. And then they hold on to them. You have a grown ass 22-year-old talking about how they dad cheated on their mom. Young man, that has nothing to do with you, right? Young lady, that has nothing to do with you. Them is grown ass people. But it's over. You understand? It's over. A young person who got their heart broke, you might as well try to, eat a brick for dinner. It'll work out better for you than trying to convince a young person to cheer up. Oh, get over it. No, Jimmy broke up with me. My life is over. Get out of here, Dad. Right? You get 35. Hey, whatever happened to Jimmy? Oh, fuck that nigga. I talk to Frank now. Wait a second. What happened to the girl that used to get heartbroken all the time? She no longer houses those emotions. You get it? So how do you transform? You release your emotions. The reason that you want to release your emotions is because you can tap into these geometric, sacred geometry, and learn how to create. That's the Thoth Tarot deck. I'm gonna pull some different cards. If you want a personal reading, join the Patreon family. I'm gonna do these more often. Like I said, this is the pilot episode. Finally figured it out. Finally got the kinks out. So I don't I'm doing collector readings now. It's a pilot, but hopefully I'll get it to whereas I get a whole bunch of people, then we can go down the list and read people. Jazz, if you want to get a reading, you got to turn on your mic, brother. Our next card for the collective is the Ace of Wands. Shout out to my Nagas and my Nagettes. Wands is phallic. Wands is fire. Wands is passion. Wands is pleasure. What's your pleasure? Since we here and I got some people in the chat, I have no idea what pleasure is. Can y'all please help me in the chat identify some pleasurable activities? Please, everybody, don't say sex. I want to have a variety of pleasurable activities so I can journal in I could journal some things before I go to bed. You feel me? What are some things that we can do for pleasure? The only thing I can think of is sex, but my mind is in the gutter. Can y'all help me? Can my chat friends help me out? Pleasurable activities. Besides getting dick down, ladies, okay? I need, let me get some. I personally can't get dick down, so that wouldn't be pleasurable to me. What is some pleasurable activities? Because we all got to have a pleasurable intention. Boy, this is hard right there. That's hard, man. I'm telling you. Let me get some views on this joint. Paint, juicing, eat, food, and I need a nurse MP. I need a scalp massage and a foot massage. Not from use per se, but I'm just saying, I'm gonna write that in my journal. I'm gonna write that in my manifestation book. A good ass foot massage and a scalp massage, like get all up in my shit, like massage my pineal gland, sis. Like get up in there, get into my pituitary, go deep in my skull, like massage my shit. Drawing, learning, laughing with my grandson, cuddles, good sleep. When you dipping the fries in the dipping sauce has got to be one of the most pleasurable experiences of all time. I think that's the main reason I get wrenched to dip in. So I got 5 decks that I'm gonna be pulling from this evening. The next deck is my favorito deck. It's the Milo Manara Erotic Tarot deck. This is my favorite deck in the world. I love this deck so much. I want to have sex with every single artistic description on this. Like, y'all ever see a piece of art and be like, damn, I wish I could fuck her? But it's a piece of art, though. It's weird, right? Like, will she ever come to life? And if she ever would come to life, you think she'll like me? Y'all ever fucked a cartoon? Y'all ever wanted to fuck a cartoon? In the chat, name me some cartoons that y'all would like to fuck. I'm interested. A good beer, a deep conversation, Driving with nowhere to go. What is some sexy cartoon characters? Who would y'all drop them draws for? What cartoon would you give some punani to? Daphne Duck can get it. Jessica Rabbit definitely in my top five dead or alive. I'm top five dead or alive, son. I'm mad nice. Ooh, we got the Eight of Wands. Okay, the Eight of Wands. This is the masturbation card. Mercury and Sagittarius. What is she doing? This lady is jagging off. And she got her mind in a space where it's all different types of colors. You see that demon in the green? That's why you got to jag off responsibly. You're like, drink beer responsibly. No, jag off responsibly because these demons will be up in your shit. Who in here masturbating? Y'all got the energy on top. Like, I think a lot of women, and a lot of men express themselves by jagging off. And it's cool. I'm all for that. But what's y'all intentions when y'all be jagging off? Not jacking off, jagging. Gaggin. Jagging off. Have y'all ever seen that meme that says if you jag off without watching porn, you too powerful? That's true. All right. Women, y'all can jag off to an orgasm. Men, y'all can jag off to a point. Then y'all gotta stop. You wanna manifest something? Touch yourself, enjoy yourself, but do not burst. Ladies, y'all in a different tax bracket. Y'all can do whatever the hell y'all wanna do. Okay? But my thing is, this nigga in the green, he be giving y'all the most dick in y'all ever in y'all life. These demons, they be getting all of the pussy, bro. They'll come to me at night. I'll be like, where you coming from? That girl you wanted to holler at? Yeah, yeah. She did a whole ritual. I was up in that thing, man. I'm tired. She want the fuck all night. She said she only want demon dick. She don't want no human dick. You know why demons get more pussy than humans? Cause sex is in the mind. A real man got imperfections. A real man might have 5.5 inches or some shit. A demon say, what you want? 14, 16, 18? Want me to lick your ass while I'm doing it? I can contort. I do all types of freaky stuff. Right? Women are in relationships with demons. So I'm saying this to say, y'all might be jagging off and ain't nothing happening for you. We talking about jagging off with integrity, jagging off with a purpose. You see all of this energy in the background? She ain't just jagging off to get her nut off. Y'all, it's a work of art. Did y'all throw on some lingerie before y'all jagged off? Y'all get dressed first? All right, you just didn't care what you was wearing, but then how you treat your man when you had sex? Don't care what you wearing. Okay, sounds good. Y'all not in the process of manifesting and working with y'all sexual energy. If y'all not going to perform, sun is about to be in Leo. So we're all right. Sex and sex is two different things. Somebody just getting a nut off is not really sex versus somebody who is performing, somebody who know what they doing, beginning, middle, and end. So when you manifesting and you working with your energy, you should know what you. So I'm horny. I need to jag off. Not what I'm talking about. I want to manifest something. I need to jag off. Exactly what I'm talking about. Do y'all understand the difference? One's in the chat if y'all understand the difference. Cause it could be like, well, I jack off all the time. and I ain't manifested nothing. I mean, I jag off all the time, good. I be jagging off, and I be having the same shit happen before. No, we talking about using your intention and your creative power and energy in the realms of manifested so intentionally that you got dressed for. If you do a ritual, you gotta get dressed for a ritual. You gotta purify yourself for a ritual. You gotta get into an altered state of mind. And once you into that altered state of mind, you input your sigil or input your desire and let the psychic forces of your life do the rest. Now, if you watching Pornhub, I'm not talking about that. If you horny because you ain't got none, I'm not talking about that. Mercury, yo cum, yo sperm, the serpent, Sagittarius. That glyph for Sagittarius in the corner, right there, that's an arrow, okay? Mercury is your cum. Sagittarius is an arrow. So your cum, you could jag off and just come, people jag off into socks, right? People jag off for no reason. Or you can do the highest level of sex magic and intend for a bubble eye Benz on 20-inch rims and use your jag off energy and manifest it in the same way as a person jag off into their sock. It's crazy how that shit work, but the truth is stranger than fiction. Did y'all see that video I put out the other day? I'm gonna do the oracle card last. Let's tap into the Voodoo Tarot deck. A arrow, a penis, a destination. You know what I'm saying? If you a man and you just having sex with anybody, you're ruining your sexual energy. If you say, boy, she look good, let me give her my sexual energy. You dumb as hell. I don't care what the internet say. The internet be telling y'all to listen to Lizzo, nigga. The internet have y'all doing mannequin challenges and shit. Like, come on, man. Don't let the internet get you gassed up. Y'all been having sex with single mom. Oh shoot. We in that 8 energy frequency. All right. Here we go. I love this card. This is my favorite card in the Voodoo Tarot deck. It's the Eight of Congo, the Eight of Waters, Simbi, which is the snake. 8 is Mercury. So every time you see 8 in a row, we dealing with Mercury. Now Mercury is the sperm or the serpent. Serpent is the same word as Simbi. So Simbi, serpent, Mercury. Okay. The serpent is Mercury, but it's just your cum. People say, "Good Mystic, you so nasty." You said "come." Ain't human beings just a grown up cum? One's in the chat if human beings are just cum that grown up. So cum is very important. I was once some cum. Ain't that crazy? We always want sperm. Ain't that wild? Do y'all remember when y'all was sperm in y'all daddy nutsack? Do y'all remember that? Huh? Y'all remember being a Simbi? All right. You ever had some emotional cum? Ladies, y'all ever had a dude come and he start crying? Well, this is the energy of this card, the cum crier. Not the cum crier. Yes, the cum crier. Another name for this card is Indolence. And it's so funny. I was looking up this card today. The 8 of Cups, the 8 of Congo, the 8 of Water, the emotional comer, the cry comer. It's just so good. I just want to cry. No, but we are all sperm, okay? We all start off as small things. Now, indolence I'm gonna need to look this up because one thing that I'm not is a liar. And I was just about to lie to y'all, but I stopped myself and said, you know what, Kyrie? Just look this shit up because you just forgot it, and that's fine. And once I looked it up, I remembered it. That easy. All right. The Crying Comer, or the Eight of Cups. The name for this card is Indolence. Indolence means freedom from pain. Now, I've been on this stuff for a long time, especially like this month in this transit of not running from my pain, not escaping from my pain, not wishing my pain never existed, but facing it. So, what keeps a person lazy, or what keeps a person stagnant, or what keeps a person is in fear is the fear of pain, right? But we desire to be free from the pain. This is why we running from it. But running from it don't remove the pain. We literally have to go through the pain. We actually have to eat the cum. Y'all see him eating the cum? He eating the cum. Sometimes, sometimes you gotta eat it. Sometimes once it's out, it's out. When it's over, it's over. Sometimes you just gotta face it, whatever that pain is, right? About 100 years later, indolence came to have its current meaning, possibly because of the phrase taking pains, which means being careful. If you are so careful that you never leave the house, people might think of you as lazy. So sometimes y'all can be so careful about this is y'all cum eaters, right? Cum criers and cum eaters, but lazy though at the same time. Lazy, why? Why are you so lazy in your relationships? I'm gonna tell you why your girl is lazy as fucking in the relationship. Because she's a cum crier, okay? She don't want to be hurt. Your girl do not want you to hurt her, period. So if your girl do the most for you, you probably gonna leave her. So she gonna do the bare minimum, okay? So you don't leave her. Because who wants to deal with the pain of pouring into a man, right? Buying a man Jordans, cooking him dinner, giving him scalp massages and foot massages, just so he could take that relaxed scalp and relaxed feet and walk them relaxed feet over to another girl's house. Ain't nobody got time for that. So why not give him half-ass energy, lazy energy, so when he cheat, what can you say? At least I ain't give him my heart and soul like I did my first baby daddy. At least I gave him my ass to kiss because I knew he was going to cheat on me anyway. Right? Knew he was going to cheat on me anyway. So why give him positive energy? And then when it comes as true, you might feel like a damn psychic at the end of it all. And the whole time you just a cum crier. Huh? You manifested it. Cause you was lazy. And the reason you was lazy, cause you ain't want that man to hurt you. Indolence means lazy, but laziness is because you running from pain. Real deep card. One of my favorite cards. So we gonna go further. This is gonna be my last little card, and then I'm gonna. I know y'all afraid to talk to me because y'all think I'm gonna call y'all a cum crier. Y'all think I'm gonna say, "Do you cry when you come?" I ain't gonna do that. If y'all notice, I'm very good in one-on-one conversations. The first thing I'm gonna do is make you feel uncomfortable and make you cry, and then trigger you and make you want to fight me. Then I'm gonna give you a hug. That's just a method to my madness. You know, I make you hate me first, then I make you love me. It's the yin and the yang. So our last deck, we got the Milo Manara Tarot Oracle deck. Not a tarot deck, a oracle deck. This is my first oracle deck that I ever got in my whole entire life. And the only reason I got it is because it's naked white women on it. Period. If it wasn't naked white women on this deck, I would have not bought it. Naked white women sold me. I'm sorry. People like, Kyrie, why did you just say that? We was having a good conversation. The last card that we gonna read is the Milo Monaro Oracle deck. The chakra is the heart chakra. The astrology is Venus in Libra. And the title of the card is Lightness of Being. I say it all the time. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. I say it because y'all motherfuckers be weirding me the fuck out by not having love in y'all heart and not giving love. It's like, bro, hood, I'm confused on how I'm supposed to do what I'm supposed to do. Do you be sharing love and giving love to people? No. But I'm still trying to figure it out. Man, you gonna have to share. You gonna have to give love. You gonna have to, people gonna have to feel the love that you have, and people gonna have to feel you. You're gonna have to channel and tap into that love within yourself and give it. So you mean to tell me that I just can't be myself and just be loved abundantly, prosperously, um, forever and ever and ever to the end of time? By your mama, maybe your daddy, for sure your grandma, but these niggas on the streets, oh, you gotta have something to offer. The likeness of being. If that's heavy for you, just say that you ain't shit and become more of a shit. We all out here are judged and based on what we can do and what we can't do, because that's balance. It's not balance to expect the world from a person and not get nothing in return, right? Or vice versa. So I got you, Jazz. In the concept of free flowing with the energy, just know that having a likeness of being is not resulted in you being an ain't shit, not nothing to offer. Because Venus is in Libra. Venus is the effort is in balancing the good and the bad, the light and the dark, the fat, the skinny, the black, the white, the up, the down, the left, the right, and making sure nothing goes too far this way, too far that way. That's beauty. A beautiful woman isn't a woman who just have sexy ass lips or a fat old ass or bodacious titties. You ain't never said that woman is so beautiful. Why? She had the biggest titties I ever saw. That don't make sense. What is beauty? Got faith, got eyes, ears is sexy, everything proportionate, might not be fat, might not be skinny, but its center is balanced. Not too much of anything. That's what's crazy about these BBLs, as if that's a mark of beauty. When a BBL is not. Why don't y'all ever get mental BBLs? Why don't y'all ever go to a doctor, tell them to take your fucking brain out and put a fucking genius brain in your shit? But you would tell them to take the fat off your arms and put it in your ass, though. I would get a brain replacement, being honest. I would get a personality transplant, to be honest. You have so much power in centering yourself. You have so much power in finding the value within yourself. But we're dealing with Venus and Libra. So where most of y'all get in the vanity and glamour of it, you also have to understand we got the heart chakra and we got Venus and Libra. So there's a give aspect to this. There's a forthright aspect to this. This is appraise the value of my home and sell it, not sell something that has no value or expect value for something that I didn't appraise. Jazz, what's up, man?
What's good, Hood? What's going on with you, brother?
Living, man. I'm alive today. I'm very grateful for that. What's up with you?
Man, you got the beautiful family, man. How's everything in Detroit? Doing good?
They're beautiful and everything is going good. I can't complain. You know, very fortunate. What about you?
So, man, I'm just working, man. Just working, though. You know, that's all. Working. Like I haven't, I was come out with some more projects, but I'm just gonna wait, though. You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep working on some stuff, though. But I always got something I got to work on, though. You know.
Yeah, that's really the key. What's been going on? What's
I create, though, man.
Yeah, creating every day.
Yeah,
What was
that's
your,
all I do,
what was
though,
your
That's what
question?
be giving me life, though, man. Huh?
You had a question this
My
evening?
question. Yeah. My question is about love, man. You know what I mean? Like as far as like relationships go, you know what I mean? But is it the time or should I go back in the cave? You know what I mean? So that's the two things. The one is like, if I get your relationships, but then I'm just like, maybe I just don't have enough self love. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So
all right,
that's my thing, though.
I got you. I'm a shuffle. I'm shuffling now. You know what I'm saying? Clear your mind, clear your heart. And when your spirit tell you to tell me to stop, and that's when I stop.
Okay, stop. All right, cool.
Let's see what we got. So we got the Four of Wands. You been talking to somebody out of state?
Yeah, I was.
You was? How did that go? You got tired of it being somebody got tired of the distance and tired of the the effects of long-term relationships?
Yeah, I think it was probably mutual. You know what I mean? One
Fatigue.
person got tired, I got tired, or just trying to, not solidify, plans and everything, though.
Yeah. Well, yeah, okay. I'm gonna clarify that. I just wanted to make sure we was on the same page and in the same boat. All right. All right, Jazz. Let's read.
All right.
Let's read. So we got the Oracle card, Sun in Pisces. We got the third eye chakra. And the name of this card is the Muse living in my dreams. So long-term relationship, probably not your first long-term relationship. And it's saying something about the dreamer, which is you, right? And how you have these relationships and people don't live up to your standards because your standards is unrealistic. And because your standards is unrealistic, you're not making the changes to deal with actual women in real life. You dealing with the woman in your dreams and you comparing the women that you actually deal with to the women in your dreams. So therefore, it's easy to say, you know what, I'm tired. In respect to the energy in your mind is always going to be there. Your anima is always going to be present. Is always going to say, Jazz, how do you want it today? how do you want it tomorrow? Whatever you like, right? And then you deal with a real girl, and she like, shit, I gotta be to work at 9, nigga. You better hurry the fuck up. You feel?
Right.
And so it's not matching. So one of two things. You snap back to reality. Oh, there goes Rabbities. Oh, you know. Or
back to reality. Okay.
or this is a big or. This is like a or that you try to move a boat with. You hold off until you meet the girl of your dreams. But you could actually, this girl might really exist though. That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? You might be like in a space where your twin flame, I don't like using that word, I use that word loosely, is out there, and she's communicating with you in the space that you're not clear with it. So in the reading, I would say dream, sleep, journal, tea, pineal gland work, everything is in getting clear with Jazz, because it's going to be another girl. She may or may not be the girl of your dreams, but you need to come to a realization. Is you going to wait and hold off for this girl, or is you going to give these regular girls a chance? You need to be clear on that, but don't be clear on it like in a space where you're not clear. Do the pineal gland work. Do the dream work. Rose, mugwort, lavender, skullcap, blue vervain, valerian root. Having like I'm just throwing out herbs that's good to decalcify and detoxify your pineal gland. So when you having these conversations with this young lady, you could either say you a figment of my imagination, you glamour, or she'll be like, I'm right down on the low end. You ain't never, I'll be seeing you all the time. Tomorrow when you wake up, come on, 61st, I'm gonna be standing at the bus stop with a red lace front on. Stop and say hi to me, and I'm gonna know it's you. Right? And then like right. It's like, I'm just giving you an analogy, but it's a real thing, and it's about real shadow work. And you getting into these relationships is real and fake at the same time. Because you know what you want. Maybe you ain't clear on what you want internally. So you not playing consciously, but unconsciously playing with people, trying to see what it is, what it ain't, boom, boom. But I promise you, if you do the third eye, pineal gland work, the sleep work, the dream work, when you embark on your next mission, it's going to be because you did the spiritual work to incite or to attract or to bring in your wife. You know what I'm saying? But it's all in reference to how you carry yourself, how you realize yourself. If you got a house and you got like, I'm just saying, in your crib, you can't be having baby mom like, oh, it's so nice over here, Jack. I'm about to, I should have a little bed for the kids' sake. I should be here. Because then when you meet your new girl, you be like, well, this is my baby mom. She just got a room in a little back room there. No, like, what I'm saying is be fully prepared to meet somebody and carry yourself accordingly. So you would be like, oh, I ain't got to get a haircut because I ain't actively dating. But that's not in good faith.
Okay, so act like I already got it then.
Act like you see her, act like you know her, act like you communicate with her. The only reason that you might not see her is because you're not dreaming effectively. You're not dreaming clearly.
Okay.
So get in the space where you dreaming and you seeing, and your next relationship, immerse yourself in it. Hook, line, or seeker. Just trust yourself. Relate your relationship to your spiritual journey. And therefore she'll be a part of it.
Okay.
Your wife should be a part of your spiritual journey and not separate from it. Potential
All right.
paths or whatever. But it's more of, are you serious about your spiritual work right now? And that'll be your main major key and realization on this. Yeah. Love is a real thing because love is inside your mind right now. Love is in your heart. And you can't avoid love, bro. As I was thinking about this today. Men can't avoid love. Men can't avoid relationships because ain't no men have ever done that in the history of life. So
yeah. All right, I'm gonna get my dreams together, man.
Dream, get them teas before you go to sleep. Them nighttime teas. Have that notebook either under your bed or on your nightstand. Actively journal, actively dream, and be intentional about getting in tune with the female inside of you.
Okay.
Don't shut
I know
it.
that song.
Don't shut it
I'm gonna
off.
say, you know what song that is to me though?
What?
Like when I used to meditate real deeply though.
What's that?
The Lady of My Life by Michael Jackson.
There you go. The Lady of My Life mixed with The Man in the Mirror, a mega mix.
Okay.
You feel me?
Got it.
All right. Jazz, you know I'm here anytime, bro.
Appreciate it, man. I'm gonna hit that cash out tomorrow when I wake up in the morning.
I appreciate it, bro. Dream tight, bro.
All right. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. So we'll be doing that tonight, though. Thanks. Appreciate it, bro.
No problem. Anytime, man. Prima. Is that you?
Hey, Mr. Mystic, how are you?
Well, how are you?
I'm all right. Yeah.
Good to hear. All right. So, how have you been as of late, and what would be your question this evening?
My question is, I feel like I'm making a lot of progress in some areas, but I still have like this one issue. I'm living my life in spite of it. But I just really feel like, like whatever I'm doing, like, that particular circumstance is just not changing. Mm-hmm. Okay. And so for me, it's like, what else do I need to do for, things to change? I think one of the things that, we hear in Christianity is like, we're in this valley of indecision or whatever. I mean, I think that's the correct terminology. Mm-hmm. And in that particular situation, that's like where I feel like I am. I mean, I'm doing the work. I mean, not as much as I could be because, but I'm still doing it to the best of my ability every day. So it's not really a question so much as an observation on other things that I can do.
Gotcha.
And I just wanted to share that, and I don't know who else is on this call, but with the spirit doula, I'm doing some classes with her, and your book was recommended, and I had already bought your book on the shadow work, so I feel like I'm ahead on that, because I bought it a while ago, and then I bought some more books, and I just feel like that, as you say, like, you keep doing the shadow work, and other things, but, I just wanted to tell you that I just think that for as much as sort of you look at the volume in terms terms of the pages, the stuff is just so deep, and it's just really good. I just wanted to share that.
I appreciate that. I'm happy to hear that because, I don't do it. So people be like, I'm so confused and this didn't help me at all. Get out of my face, So I'm happy that, is able to reach you and get you to a space where you can understand something that you may have not known or even understood previously. So it's not a spot where, even as a creator, I'm above and beyond doing it. So with that being said, continue to grow and continue to learn and trust that process, because that's the process that I can guarantee will help and make things better for anybody. But in reference to your question, I'm going to shuffle and clear your mind, clear your heart, and whenever you feel ready, just tell me to stop.
Okay.
Great. See what we got. What a perfect card to get in reference to a situation that is bothering you, and you are doing a lot of things to change it. So let me ask, are you doing these things directly, indirectly, or a little bit of both to bring about change in this situation?
I'd probably say both.
Okay. Is this a situation that is something that you can control?
No.
All right. This is why we're pulling the full card, right? If this was a yes, then we probably got the Emperor saying you need to be more disciplined, you need to be more focused, and then you'll bring about change. To bring about change in the context of your question and the card would be to let it go. Harder said than done, right? So we're not going to act like that's an easy thing to do, but we're also going to say, at least I know what to do when I'm ready to do it, which would be to let it go. And then to let it go, you can't just let it go. You need something to take its place, right? So,
right.
What is this present situation holding you back from? Maybe that's a question that you can think about, but it's more of a statement of creating a new vision. And when you create a new vision, you ultimately say, my past impediments are no longer impediments. They only were impediments in that previous cycle. So in this new cycle, the wisdom is not to bring old impediments into new cycles. So we have the Knight.
I'm actually understanding that. Because I really was, this is real interesting. I think I just need a confirmation on this, but because I was not doing certain things, living my life a certain way because of that situation, and now I'm just continuing to move forward. Mm-hmm. I've taken some baby steps. Mm-hmm. I'm taking bigger steps now. So yeah, this was good. Yeah, that's good. I think, and I'm not even going to say I think. I kind of knew what you were going to say. So I guess I have been doing some work.
Yeah. Yes. It's a very powerful thing, right? To know, but to not really know, and to only live in a space of confirmation. I try not to be radical and, say the wildest things, but to stay in a space where a person says, well, I already knew that. And I'm like, well, good, because I didn't. I had no idea.
Yes. This is building my confidence, not just, like from this situation, but it's building my confidence up in, other areas as well. But I also, just like a quick thing, I've been involved in a couple of car accidents. And so Saturday, I just, I put this on band, with this class and all that, but, for folks to look at it. But I just was in a situation where something told me I had this fidgety thing, something set out the car. I was waiting for my husband to come out from someplace, and it was still weird. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna just look up at the sky, So I just started doing that. And then I looked at the traffic. Then I knew, before I knew it, there was this woman turning into the traffic. 3 cars totaled. Her car, the car that ran into her, completely and totally her fault. And then the car next to me was totaled. And, 2 days later, it's still like, wow, just like, I felt like I was in a movie. You know what I mean? I felt like there was like a force field, around me or something,
Yes.
So I'm just saying that for as much as, you feel like you're taking, the 5 steps there, there's still like this other stuff out here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And a very important part of the journey, especially like when you have like a positive mindset, is that it's like you start to move fast. And anything that moves fast, it creates like a force field around it. Now you could be just sitting down, but your energy is moving at a faster rate, or well, let's just say a faster vibratory rate, right? And
Okay.
because of that, that creates more of that psychic protection that in my days and times, a lot of people don't have it. And a lot of people are at a sense where they like, well, I don't know, it's kind of crazy out here. And I have a sense of that, but I also have a stronger sense in trusting in my soul, and then also trusting in my spiritual work. And I will always ask myself, why would my spirit have me do all of this weird stuff just to just fall on my face, flat one day? Right? It has to have a larger purpose or a point. I don't know that, but I really do feel that. So I might experience tense situations or even see crazy stuff, like driving every day and just, woo, I'm so happy that wasn't me. But the reality is like, I make different like and I don't want to make it seem like, oh, you're better than anybody else. It's just no, it's you're choosing a higher vibratory rate and you're able to see things much clearer and make better and wiser decisions. And that might look like protection, right? So in that protection, I would hope that you would chart a course outside of the negative impediment that you said that you can't control left or right. So why give it emotional energy? It's lowering your vibratory frequency. So in reference to the Fool and the Knight of Cups, is start a new path, but also trust the journey into charting a new course, and to know that because you are who you are, you've done the things that you've done, the likelihood of you being successful is high, right? But it doesn't mean that you don't embark. It doesn't mean that you don't move forward. It means that you do move forward, but you move forward with the level of prescience. You move forward with the level of, I know that the best things are going to happen for me simply because I'm protected, or simply because I vibrate higher and can sense things at a higher level. Trust your spiritual development so far up into this point that you're able to make new goals and set new intentions would be the message for these cards.
Definitely. Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah. I'm glad I guess, as they say, I was supposed to see it because I was sleeping earlier. It was like I woke up and saw this. I was like, oh, wow, I got to get on this.
Oh yeah, let's jump on it. I appreciate all of the support. Appreciate all of the kind words. and they don't go unnoticed. They don't, go missed out. So as you grow, I grow as well. And I really do appreciate you putting in the effort and being sincere about your spiritual work and your spiritual development.
Yeah, and sometimes you try and get sidetracked. Well, things try and sidetrack you, and then we also sidetrack ourselves sometimes
all
too.
the time, yeah.
I had these plans for the summer, and then myself, my husband, and one of my children, there's four of us, got COVID. But it was a time like to rest, though. I think. I mean, we were sick and stuff, but at the same time, it was a time of reflection and rest as well. So,
and everybody,
it was interesting.
Everybody was feeling good.
Everybody's good. Everybody's good. I just praise Most High for that. We're all good, and we had whatever that variant thing is or whatever. Gotcha. But at the same time, like I said, it's through the midst of all that, because this was in July. It was also a very reflective time as well. So,
right.
Yeah, but no, everybody's good, and and we're all good. We're all good.
Good to hear.
We're all better than good.
Good to hear. And like I said, I'm always available. So reach out whenever. And I do appreciate you and all the.
And I appreciate you too, Mr. Mystic.
I try to keep the scales balanced, Miss Murray. You know what I'm saying? I try to keep it. I try to give what I receive. So when you give at a high level,
and you're doing a good job. I try and listen to you as much as I can. So yeah, you're doing a good job. You're doing a good job, and I hope Mama Mystic and your family as well. And I appreciate you.
Indeed. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Peace.
Peace. Bye-bye.
Okay, so before you start talking, Brittany, I just want to say thank you. You're fucking awesome, and I never got a chance to tell you that, so I just wanted to, before you said anything, just gotta let that be known how I feel. And yeah, how you doing?
I'm good. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it.
Good to hear. So, you have a question for me this evening?
Yeah, first off, I appreciate everything you and your wife doing. Your herbs, the site, the readings, the videos, all of that. It's very appreciated.
Appreciate you as well.
All right. The question though, I'm feeling like I'm stopping myself, and I'm not too sure what exactly I'm doing or why I'm like putting a hold on what I got going on. Like, I don't know, I'm having an issue really getting my shit together. And it's getting better. I started taking the shroom. Well, not taking shrooms, doing the microdosing.
Right.
Doing my teas. I'm trying to get better with remembering my dreams. I probably got to cut out smoking and all that.
Right.
But other than that, I'm just trying to see, like, what's the holdup? Like, what is going on?
Gotcha.
I know it's not like a specific question, but...
Yeah. Good enough. So I'm going to shuffle, and I have been shuffling. So clear your mind, clear your heart, and just tell me when I should stop shuffling.
All right. All right, you can stop.
Right. Get it in. So the first card we pulled is the 5 of Air, or Ogun Ferrali. The 5 of Air, or the 5 of Swords, the name of this card is Defeat. And defeat is not it's a state of mind, right? It's a subject in our mind that we feel defeated over, but it's not like the end of the world. So the tarot, it don't stop at the 5 of Wands. It'll continue on until like the 6 of Wands, where you have defeat, but then the next is education. Well, if I pull this card, and this is kind of where it stops for you. So I'm not saying that this is true. I'm not saying that it's not true. I'm saying if I was to pull this card, it's a situation that you are going through that you feel defeated in. And because you feel defeated in it, it's going to create stagnation in other areas because it's not a defeat. It's a space where you need to educate and learn and grow from. But sometimes when you talk to people, especially young people, they may stop processing a situation altogether if it's painful enough. And so as a reader, I would say do not stop healing, right? It's not a defeat. It's not over. It's more of you need to learn, right? You need to put your mind towards what is it going to take to push you over to the next level. Even like it's a stupid thing, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Like Michael Jordan he didn't make his junior varsity basketball team, which is a defeat. He could have been like, you know what, basketball ain't for me. I'm gonna just, do ballet or some shit like that, and just never just, you know what I'm saying, like it's something that you truly want that you lost, and it's the card is saying don't give up on it. But I'm gonna read more and try to get more clarification.
Okay, I hear you. And that wasn't a stupid analogy. That made sense.
Okay. It's kind of is the only thing that I could think of at this time. Like, but yeah. But the next card we got is the Chariot. So the Chariot comes the Chariot comes when a person is living too much on the outside. And when you do that, spirit have a way of making you feel a certain type of way about your actions. The reason why spirit does this is because you would have just kept on going. There's no reason for you to stop. There's no reason for you to reflect. There's no reason for you to go within when you're successful in your external endeavors. And not even saying that you're unsuccessful, but it's a feeling of uncomfortability in dealing with your external pursuits. Maybe some defeat, maybe some negative mental issues there, and the question would be, what's the problem? And as a reader, I would say you need to stop doing what you're doing and make different choices in referencing to your emotional and mental health. It's 2022, so I know a lot of people work, a lot of people are overworked, but that's still a point in time where you got to say, all right, I don't know if you're in business for yourself or you work, but whoever is making the decisions about the time and energy and effort that you spend on the external world, maybe it's you, maybe it's an employer, but now is the time to sit and talk and say, I can't be doing all of this all of the time because I need multiple mental health days. Well, how long will you be needing mental health days? I actually don't know. Like, you tell me. Like, how long does it take a person to get their mind right? Who fucking knows? But I'm definitely needing to. Do you like me? Yes, I do like you. Well, I need to get my mind right if you want, to continue this relationship, working relationship, personal relationship. It might be people are calling on Brittany to do too much. And your soul is saying, we never said that you were supposed to come down here and be Miss Busybody and do everything, right? It's some enjoyment to this. It's some personal reflection. So in the Oracle deck, we got the chakra of this card is the solar plexus, and the astrology is Venus and Virgo, and the title of this card is the lure of the easiest way. So tying back to the 5 of swords, which the 5 leads into 6, the feet leads into education. This is the hard way, right? You got to learn some shit, you got to apply some shit, and you got to, put forth some stuff. It ain't just going to come to you, it ain't going to come natural. You got to set an intention. You got to get you gotta stop working so much. You gotta, go to school. You gotta take some classes. Hard. Period. Hard work.
I already knew it wasn't gonna be easy. I already knew.
And so when you able to like say, all right, this is what I want, and I'm willing to be patient, but also work towards, because Venus and Virgo is like, if you look at the eight of this, it's the card where the dude is just sitting there working, right? It's the card where it's just like, I love this. I'm willing to work on this. I'm like, this is who you going to express yourself as. So if you embark on something and you put it out, people say, I ain't really fucking with that. If you don't do the work on the background, people saying that they ain't dealing with it might break you all the way down, right? But if you have the intestinal fortitude to learn the hard way, build yourself up internally, rest within yourself more, spend more time with yourself, educate, learn, all of your defeats is going to turn to victories. All of the spots where you might have said, well, I ain't going to never be here or never be that, that's going to change. But in the space of me telling you when it's going to happen, at least a year, you know what I'm saying? At least a year of you sitting back and working on your craft and figuring out what you want to love, or figuring out how people will see you and receive you. You might have to sit with yourself. So if you said, if something was about like, well, I gotta lose weight or I gotta work on my body, if you say, well, I'm gonna just give myself a year, you would be like in tip top cold shape, like whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? But if you see yourself in a year just like on something else, you think you got that way by taking it easy. You think you got that way just kind of relaxing, you got that way because you was focused and you was poised and you knew what you want, and you didn't let whatever was happening on the external block you from what you see inside of yourself. So when you see, like, at this age, you may not specifically see what it is or where you about to take this thing. This is why you doing the work. This is why you taking the earth. This is why you taking your spiritual work seriously. It's going to open up what you should be doing. And when it does open up what you should be doing, 10 times out of 10 is going to really frighten you and scare you, because you like, damn, I got to really work hard to accomplish that. That's when you know it's real. If it's like, hey, all you need to do is sign a couple paperwork and this, you get 100 bands just in 2 weeks. You like, okay, now it's like, and I ain't saying that it ain't gonna work out like that. But I'm saying in the reading aspect, for getting to this point where you emotionally and mentally satisfied, you're gonna have to take the time to change into the person that you want to become. And it's not the person that's working, taking care of shit. It's not the human. It's the spiritual goddess that wants to really come out. But all of this is on the inside. So it initially it feels as though your trouble is coming from the outside. And that's coming from the inside. Your inside is putting negative things in your life to draw you back in. That makes sense. That's how I perceive it anyway. But any questions or clarifications?
No, I get it. I guess first I have to keep doing the work and then let what's supposed to happen just let it flow, instead of trying to be out here finding, what my path should be, how can I give to the world, what I need to be doing. Because that's the space I'm in. Like, what should I be doing?
It's going to stress you out. Because if you don't know, the thing you say is, I don't know what I should be doing, but I dream every night. I journal my dreams. When I get visions, I write them down. And hey, when I watch movies, this pop out, I write it down. And this look interesting. I might research that. but you don't know, and that's okay. Like, it's okay to not know. The worst thing is to not know and make a decision in reference to you not knowing, but acting like you know, but because you want to know, and you just gonna get yourself into so much trouble. The most important thing in this journey is you, your mental health, and your emotional health. So in this space and time, have your heart been broke? Have you if have some things happen to you that have not sat right with you? Don't run from those things. Deal with those things, and as you deal with those things, that will clear up your path, and the things that are needing to be downloaded have a clear passageway. This Five of Wands is ultimately saying that there is a mental hurt that you probably not recognizing, but the chariot is saying like heal your mind, inner peace, mental health. You can, observe nature, observe the water, let go, take a day off, take some time off, separate from society and the hustle and bustle of, city life, and really figure out what does inner peace feel like towards you. Because when you manifest the person that you are coming to be, you're still going to have to know how to get into a space of inner peace. And sometimes what I notice is that people get successful, and they get successful, but they didn't have the foundational work of where do I find peace at? Where do I find enjoyment at? They thought that they was going to find it in success, but in reference and talking to people who have found it, that's not the end all be all. So the end all be all is usually you and your mind and your heart. So what are those things that you can do without money, without success, without getting the notoriety or the financial windfall that you expect or will get? Um, Minus all that, you can still have a pertinent and powerful mind and emotional space, but don't run from nature and don't run from your pain.
I hear you, Hood. Makes sense.
All right, Brittany. Like I said, I really do love you and appreciate you for all that you do. You know what it is, and I just appreciate you. So I always want to tell you, if you need anything, if it's having a tough day, rough day, the way that you look out and the way that you support, I feel like, it don't matter to me. I will talk to you whenever. So I need you to know that as well.
Thank you, Hood. I love you too. And I really appreciate everything.
Ashe. I'll see you again and talk to you soon.
Oh, you already know.
All right. Peace. Priscilla, if you there, you can mute yourself.
Hello, can you hear me okay?
Can hear you perfectly. What's up?
Oh, you can? Okay, hi. Let's see. I love your videos. I love your research. I love all the stuff that you get into. And I love that you've had the courage to talk about Kumbhagira when other people might be a little scared of her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some people are just like, I can't talk about her. And you're just like, going for it. Hello, I'm excited to get your tarot take.
Indeed. Do you have a question this evening for me, Miss Priscilla?
Right. A specific question. There are things I'm fearful about asking. So
whatever is easiest, and you don't have to be afraid.
Whatever. I know. Are you ever scared that spirit's gonna whoop your butt though?
No, because without spirit whip my ass just fine. Now that I've invoked spirituality in my life has been wonderful. So I don't never think of spirit as being a negative thing.
Okay.
I think
That's brilliant, and that's
ignorance is the thing that I fear the most.
Ooh, that's saying a lot for sure. Maybe I'll go for like love and partnership right now.
Love and partnership. All right. So I'm going to shuffle and clear your mind, clear your heart, and whenever you feel led to tell me to stop, that's when I will stop.
Okay, you can stop.
All right. Love and relationships. And you know me, I just pull the cards and I talk about the cards and I see if it relates. So we have a 6 of fire and we have a 10 of fire, or 6 of wands, 10 of wands.
Nice.
And these are very positive cards in the realms of love and relationships. One of the questions that I would have, these would be cards for a person that is already in a relationship. Are you in a relationship presently?
I am, yeah.
Yes. I would generally expect these cards for somebody that's in a relationship. And so I'm going to read the cards. It doesn't have anything to do about your present situation. I'm looking at the cards and talking about the cards. Now, if this has anything to do with your present situation, we can talk. But anyway, so
that sounds good.
All right, cool. So the 6 of wands is the perfected version of how to handle or perform or show. It's a refinement of a clumsy period or a period where you're learning or developing. Now, this could be something that you are moving into or something that you are in now. You could be in the 5 of wands where things are very clumsy, things are out of order. And because of this, the 5 of wands is a reaction to negative stimuli. The 6 of wands is what I've done with that negative stimuli. So in a relationship context, this would look like you not getting none. I'm not sexually attracted for whatever reason. And the 10 of wands would be the male's reaction to the 6 of wands of, why are you doing this? I really want love. I really want attention. I really want affection. But at the same time, the 6 of wands is saying, well, you really fucked up. So if you wanted that, you should have acted accordingly. So there needs to be a lesson learned, and there needs to be somebody that is going to teach. Now, the thing about relationships is that I can't get into the mind of a man and say, you need to sit down and listen, right? Generally, most men have a mind of their own. For you, I would say, how can you balance the relationship, or how could you be in a situation that is most positive to you, through communication, through trying to trying to teach or trying to show a person that you need more or you need this. But mainly it is, I wouldn't say a toxic relationship, but a relationship that needs to be communicated up and down and through and through. These cards would show up where there's a lot of games being played and a lot of like, give me my ball back type energy. And it's not very healthy for relationships. The reality is, it depends if you don't want to be in a relationship with them. But I'm just saying, if you want to be in a relationship with a person, you like them, y'all gonna be together for a long time, then you probably will have to kind of learn how to give, right? And learn how he wants to give, and figure out the ways that you personally can make him happy because he's in the relationship with you. And of course, he may have made mistakes, but we're into the refinement. We can't stay in the space of you messed up. You messed up. It's January 7th. Remember October 4th when you messed up? I remember that. I'm just letting you know. That was some real crazy stuff in October 4th where you messed up. All right, it's turning into February. I messed up in October. Okay, let's learn how to rise above that. And, what does it look like for you to rise above it? What does your victory look like? We know what your fight looks like, but what does your peace treaty look like? What does your terms of agreement look like? And are you able to listen and please, or are you going to play it where it's like, this is my ball, you'll never have it again, and I just feel like it's my job to let you know that you're a creep. Like, first off, like, it's a new day, but you're an asshole, right? Like, what did I do? Do I have to bring up October again? Yeah. All right. Okay. So just learning how to let things go, learning how to say, I'm going to be in this relationship. So how do I enjoy this? You don't have to have your relationship be a place and a space for negativity. It could be a space of deep and transformative bliss. So in the Oracle, we have the fifth card. It is called Life Like a Flower in Spring. It is ruled by the what chakra? Looks like the third eye chakra in the astrology is Venus and Taurus. So you are a positive person, right? Is that fair to say? Do you view yourself as a positive person? Or no?
That is fair to say, but I also have bad negative self-talk. So a little bit of a balance, but I am positive, yes.
So when we have the negative self-talk, which was going to be my second point, would be, do you evaluate that? Do you work through that? Or do you let it live? Do you let it win when you know you're a positive person, when you know you're a goddess? So when you know that you are very much in tune to the natural rhythms of life, you might get stagnated by masculine energy in a masculine life. So I was talking to a young lady yesterday, and she wanted to tell me so bad how the patriarchy was the thing that is, bad, right? And I was like, yeah, but you're awesome though. Like you're awesome, and the patriarchy sucks, but you're awesome, right? Like, and it's like, are you fixated and focused on the negative and disregarding who you are, disregarding your hormonal flow and who you are naturally? And it may be something very traumatic and very serious, but like I said, if you want to leave, then leave. But if you want to stay, then what is it going to be like if you stay? Is it going to be like you want it to be when you stay? Positive, feminine, flowing, natural? Or is the masculine energy going to trip you up and have you in a space where the negative self-talk or whatever the talk is in reference to things and people that you can't control, or maybe that you don't understand, and maybe you would never really understand because mainly a lot of life for you would be understanding yourself, understanding your energy, and figuring out the things that make you happy, or figuring out the things that make you you, um, more than kind of fixating on the negative thing, not even negative, but just the unexamined aspects of masculine energy in the realms of being in a relationship. And don't get lost on the value that you give to the relationship when you're at your best self. And don't try to have a positive relationship without having the communications to resolve and effectively resolve negative circumstances, because you have so much positivity to give this relationship, that it'll be a shame if you just kind of let a negative circumstance be the thing that drives you daily. And it's like you're really gonna have to do some work on healing from your trauma and your pain, because you are still you still are living in your goddess energy, and that's what causes most of the pain. If it was trauma that was going to be an end all be all, then I've seen a lot of people completely shut down, but you haven't shut down, meaning that there is something inside of you that's still trying to rise up and live. So, are you able to find that eternal feminine energy and not ever be, I mean, you're going to be triggered and negative things may or may not happen in the realms of a relationship, but there's still work for you to do and finding enjoyment and peace.
Wow. That was so amazingly thorough. And what's so crazy about tarot is that sometimes it's even better than therapy. You know what I mean? And you're very right about me being in my own way. And I have gotten your shadow work course. So I need to like plug away at those prompts. And I need I need to grow in that way. And I really want to, so
That's the main important. That's the main important thing, more than ever accomplishing it, more than being successful. To want to know, to want to not live in a way where you are in your own way by being reactive or holding on to certain things. It's amazing when you just write it down and look at it, whatever it may be. And in that moment, it's escaping you. In that moment, its power is relinquishing itself. It's most powerful in our being when we don't identify our pain, when we don't identify the things that hurt us. In that way, even though we're thinking about it and reflecting on it, it continues to live and grow. So one of the most powerful things is to listen, but also write and release. As you release, the only thing that comes through is the soul, is the positivity. It's an amazing thing.
Wow.
It's a very amazing thing to just sit and write about the things that trouble us, and really dealing with these prompts. And you can talk about a lot of stuff, talk about your mama, your daddy, all that, but but you just start to look at it from a different perspective. And maybe you looked at it negative, now you can look at it as a form of growth and a form of development. And it is, it's just all how we look at it.
Oof. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm glad I joined the Patreon, and I'm excited for more content.
Oh, yes.
Congrats on the new edit for Stranger Than Fiction, that Aaliyah Beyond. It was crazy. It was crazy. So props to you.
I got some stuff coming. So, I'm really about to start feeding the Patreon family. So, stay tapped in and tuned in. It's about to get real crazy.
Okay, that sounds great. Thank you so much. I'm going to keep an eye out for it.
For sure. Peace.
Thank you.
Peace, Shana.
Hola, hola, hola.
Hola. What's going on?
So my question is about clearing blocks and getting clarity on finding and understanding and being confident in my purpose.
Okay. So clearing blocks and being comforted in your purpose alone.
Confident.
Confident. Okay, cool. I'm glad I got that clarification. So I'm going to shuffle. Clear your mind, clear your heart. Whenever you feel led to tell me to stop, I'm gonna stop like a transformer.
We are good.
All right. Let's see. About to clear some blockages and get confident on our journey.
Clarity,
and confidence on our journey. So we're gonna pull a couple of cards. So the first cards that we're pulling are the Five of Cups and the Knight of Swords. So in reference to a block would be a disappointment, and the Knight of Swords would be the person or the energy on how to handle said disappointment or said block. And the Knight of Swords is a person that is objective. So whatever that block is, if you can identify a block, right? Let's just say I don't have $20 for gas or whatever the case may be. If I got a cousin or an uncle that got $20, then I would just call my cousin or uncle because that's my perspective of not having $20. But for a person who don't know my cousin or uncle, he would just stand there at, damn, I don't got no gas. I don't got no gas. So you're looking at your specific block from a down and out perspective, right? You're saying I'm blocked, and how do I get out those blocks? And I don't know how I'm gonna get out those blocks. These blocks is kind of scary, whatever the case may be. But accompanied this card is the Knight of Swords, saying that the solution is to be objective. One way is to say, what if you wasn't yourself? Crazy to think, but just think about it. It'll help you a lot of the times. What if you were someone else? How would you, if you what would you give that advice to that person? And from that perspective, it's usually like, oh, I would just do this or I would just do that. It's usually the limits that you have in your mind when you in a situation. It's like when you feel it and you have that hormonal attack of, oh shoot, I done lost my keys or whatever you feel. It's like you can't think at that point in time. And somebody will say, hey, you got the car keys. You like, hold on, wait 1 second. Don't talk to me right now. I'm processing. I gotta don't leave me alone. Right. In that moment, you can't be objective. You can't say, oh, the keys is up the stairs or whatever. It's like this problem is taking over your whole perspective. But the reality is that you are a spiritual being having a human experience. You have multiple perspectives to looking at the same thing. Depending on the perspective that you choose is going to depend on your outlook. When you rely on your higher self or you rely on your guides or your ancestors, whoever you work with, to say, hey, I'm blocked here in this particular situation. What should I do about it? You write that or you think that or you emote that. And it's one thing to say, I don't know if I can see over this fence if I'm 20 feet in the air. No, you absolutely can see over the fence when you 20 feet in the air. There ain't no doubt about it. That 7-foot fence that was a block is not a block when you 20 feet in the air. So your problems in your conscious mind, your blocks within your conscious mind is just like a tiptoe to your higher self. Your higher self like, oh, all you need to do is just smack her tomorrow. Like, oh, okay. Like, no, I'm just joking. But you will always have the solutions within yourself. Now, I'm saying this, and I'm saying this to a person that might not know that all of the answers are within them. So they're perceiving their blocks to be. But that's just a perspective. We got a human perspective And we also have a spiritual perspective. And your spiritual perspective is the bird's eye view, which people have been talking about for years. But we all have that perspective, but we need to trust that. So that would be the first level of the question. Did that make any sense? Or
It made a lot of sense.
okay.
Definitely.
All right. So don't count yourself out would be the first step. The second step, and we're dealing with getting clarity and confidence on your purpose. So I'm gonna pull multiple cards because that is requires multiple answers. Ooh, we got the eight of this. I was talking about the eight of this earlier with Brittany. The eight of this is the first card of Virgo. And to be clear on your work, according to the tarot pool, is that it ain't going to come magically. It ain't going to come whimsically. Clarity is going to be required daily. Clarity is going to be something that you work towards. So in our minds, it might be a lot of stuff that's going on, but that's not an excuse to not work towards clarity. So meditate. Oh, I can't meditate. It's hard to meditate. Yeah, okay. In a month, is it easier? 6 months, is it easier? In a year, is it easier? If it ain't easier, because you didn't work on it. But if you did work on it, and you say, you know what? If you can't meditate for 10 minutes, meditate for 5 minutes. If you can't meditate for 5 minutes, set a timer for a minute. Clear your mind for the best that you can for that minute. When the timer is up, get you some ice cream, order you a steak, celebrate. Next time, 2 minutes. Clear your mind. 5 is successively work to establish clarity in your mind. You one would say, well, that's kind of hard, that's kind of difficult. In reference to the cards that I'm pulling, clarity ain't gonna come knocking on your door like, hey, my name is your purpose, and this is clarity, and I'm here for you. Like, I don't think it's gonna happen like that. So if you look at it as effort and work to establish clarity through meditation, through guided meditations, clearing your mind, listen to binaural beats, you drive in, you listen in the future, cut the future off, put on some, some jazz, clarity is going to be an effort. Clarity is going to be a result of work and setting real goals. The Oracle deck.
That's exactly right. I heard you mentioning that work to earlier, and I was like, oh, that's my reading right there.
Yes, the cards never be lying, you feel me? And I started off talking about the root chakra, and I guess I'm gonna end it off today talking about the root chakra. So we got the first card in the Oracle deck, but we also got the last card with you. And the last card is a very interesting card. Are you, well, I'm gonna just say, like, in our relationships with people, especially men, or our romantic relationships, if we find ourselves in and out relationships or in a relationship, then the concept is, who am I, right? Because when we in a relationship, whether it be present or ex, 10 times out of 10, we was trying to be everything for this person and not like we didn't know who we were, right? And so because of this, outside of the relationship or trying to gain gnosis inside the relationship, you need to figure out who you are, okay? And finding out who you are is not a process that a man can tell you. Is really not a process that your, being in love can really tell you. These processes come from inner work and not cutting people off for good, but at least for an hour or two, and having a personal relationship with yourself and grounding, because the problem is when you're in a relationship and you become the person that your partner wants to become, or be the person that your partner loves, 10 times out of 10 you become the person that you hate. And so now you have to resolve who you are not with who you actually are. And in reference to your purpose, inside or outside of a relationship, you have to fully understand your power outside of what a man views as desirable or attractive or likable or whatever bullshit that a person is thinking about for that day or for that person. For your spiritual journey, you must understand who you are. And you cannot be confident in being the person that your boyfriend like or your husband like, because that's not where you going to find confidence at. You're going to find confidence when you let all of that shit go. I mean, it boils down to what your mama said and your daddy said and your friends said. Is all of these people have been painting a picture of who they thought you was or who they thought you should be. And the effort that it takes to gain confidence in yourself is going to be tied in how much can you erase of what people thought of you, and then how much can you connect to earth to whereas you can be shown who you are from an energetic space, from a clarity space, and the effort and work that you put into not, following people and listening to people, but really taking the time to recreate and relearn yourself and not looking at your personal problems as these things are here to ruin me, right? These things are here to teach you about how powerful you are. But it's not the power of the ego, it's the power of the spirit. And the spirit is something that needs to be worked on every single day. And as you work on this, you got to also remember you are not the vision of other people. That's going to always mess you up and distort who you are or how you view yourself. So make it a point to ground, make it a point to meditate, if you're serious about gaining confidence and clarity on your purpose. Does that make sense?
Total sense.
Okay.
Yes, it does. Thank you so much.
My pleasure, Shada. And I'll be looking forward to some feedback from all of y'all. On the flip side, I thank y'all for helping me out for my little pilot run. And I'll be looking forward to chopping it up with y'all in the future. And thank you, Shauna. Thank you, Brittany, Jasmine, Chill, everybody that helped me out. I'm gonna end this Zoom and talk to the people on live one. Thank y'all. So yeah, man, this has been an episode of the Psychic Hotline with Hood. I could, sit here and, act like I'm gonna talk to all of y'all at once. I hate when motherfuckers say, all the women in here is about to manifest a man. Some of y'all pussies blown out. Some of y'all don't even want to give no head. You can't say a one size fits all for people. So I try to separate myself from these people on YouTube who say a bunch of shit, but probably when you talk to them one on one, they don't know how to do that. Me, I probably don't know how to talk to a whole bunch of people at once, but one of the things that I am confident in and know myself well enough, I will consult and deal with people one on one. That's how I gain my reputation. That's why people even know me for who I am, because I've sat down and talked to them one on one. And yeah, it's a very powerful thing, and it's something that I'm gonna do more often. If you want to take part in it, I would suggest joining my Patreon for as little as $5 a month. I'm giving documentaries weekly, discounts on products, hella goodies. All I'm asking for is $5 a month because I got 4 kids and they about to eat me out of house and home. I just put out a loan recently just so I can get them a 4 for 4. Nigga out here really struggling. So I'm back to the Patreon. Need $5. That'll get me 1 4 for 4. Right? I got 4 kids, so I need 3 more $5 so I can get 3 more 4 for 4s. So, it is what it is. Somebody got to get these kids 4 for 4. So Help a nigga out. But with that being said, man, join the Patreon. Hit the links in the descriptions. Get you a reading. You feel me? And I'll be doing this more often. Peace.
Giant Killer.
Walk in the light,